I'm here.
Hey, Hellbirds, here we are at the 2025 Super Billiards Expo. We got a fun match for you guys now. We have Earl the Pearl Strickland versus Bucky Souvanthong from New York. He's popular, a player on the Joss Northeast Tour. He's had some money finishes up there. And of course, Earl needs no introduction. Speaking of introductions, I am your host, Kevin Ross, being joined by the Duchess of Doom, Allison Fisher, member of the Order of the British Empire. Thank you for joining me, Allison. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me. And what a match we're in for. What a treat to see Earl Strickland back out here.
Love him or hate him, he's fun to watch. I love watching Earl play.
He's one of the greatest players of all time. And what's he got on his cue this time?
It's always a guess. Yeah, I wish we could get a close-up view of his cue stick because I don't know what he's got on there.
I think he's got some tapes of various sorts. Some at the end and some in the middle. He's a genius on the table. Known as probably the greatest Nineball player ever, I would say.
He's won basically everything there is to win. Former Mosconi Cup team member multiple times. Multiple US Open champion. You name it, he's won it. Nice break, one in the side.
Really nice break.
Oh no.
I don't know. Is it possible for him to curve around that?
He might be able to just jump over the edge of the four and cut this in.
Yeah. Oh, you look at it, you're right.
No, he shot your shot. He curved it.
Yeah, look.
No, get out of there.
What I love about Earl, he's just dynamic, isn't he? He's just a dynamic player. You never know what's going to happen.
That is absolutely true. You never know. All right, brings Bucky to the table. Lives in New York. As I said, he does play a bit on the Joss Northeast Tour. He's had some finishes in the money. No big wins yet. He's just waiting to break out. Oh no, miscue.
Do you think he's a little intimidated playing Earl Strickland?
How could you not be?
I think it's tough, yeah.
I'd be a nervous wreck if it was me.
So I was looking just now on Wikipedia, and Earl's born in 1961. Does that make him 64 this year?
Yeah,
June the 8th, I think it is.
Yeah, your
64.
math is spot on.
So you think about that, to be out here competing at a high level, that's a true love of the game.
Yeah, Efren is out there still also competing at, was it 69 or 70 years old, thereabouts, and still giving all the young whippersnappers a run for their money.
It's incredible. I know that for me, my eyesight has really taken a turn in the last few years, so I imagine they're all the same.
A little bit of a tester shot here for Earl. Don't want that 5 to fall.
Oh, look at the speed of that. It's beautiful.
Earl, such a
Because the
natural.
yeah, sorry. The side pocket was a little bit of a danger there, but the speed control was really nice.
Yeah, such a natural talent. Just immediately knows what to do. Doesn't take much time to know the right shot.
No, it's instinct, isn't it?
Just like
Amazing. I think we're in for a quick night tonight, maybe.
that. Only if Earl wins. Either way, if it's a slow night, it won't be because of Earl. He won't be the
No,
slowdown.
exactly. No. Now, his cue looks extra long, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's one of the pioneers shooting with the longer cue. You know, a lot of players will have an extension for their cue that they put on and off. Earl said, "Well, forget all that extension nonsense. I'll just get a longer cue that's just always extended."
Yeah, he did. He sort of came out with it, and everyone followed. All the top players, and I said to Shane, "Oh, look at you copying Earl." And he goes, "Earl's a genius."
I know Shane was
That
one of
was
the
his
first. I know Shane was one of the first to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah. And boy, it served him well, hasn't it?
It has. Oh boy. Dry break and a wide open shot on the one. Actually, a wide open rack.
How old was Earl when he started playing, do you think?
I don't know, 2, 3?
He started as a kid, didn't he? He was very young.
Earl, very famously not much of a money player. He always preferred tournaments. He always used to love to say, "I don't want to beat one guy out of all his money. I want to beat everybody." That's why he preferred to play the tournament as opposed to gambling.
That's great. There are quite a few players who don't really gamble.
Yeah, Tommy Kennedy down in Florida, very famously non-gambler.
Well, people like Ralph Souquet, Thorsten Holman, they don't gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Just prefer the tournaments.
Tommy Kennedy, 1992 U.S. Open champion, beat Johnny Archer in the finals. I remember that because he came to our town that same year as kind of like a little exhibition tour, and I got to play some with him.
Oh, do you see the way that straightened up off that rail?
Yeah, not where he wanted to be.
Well, he hasn't left anything, has he, here?
No, I was just trying to look, you know, where's the safety here?
I think you're just using those balls on the side as a cover, you see, so just block the pocket, take that.
Well, how's his speed?
Yeah, perfect.
Get him frozen to the end rail and double him up on the pocket. Yeah, that's not a bad shot.
Yeah. just hit that little too thin there.
So this is round 3. Excuse me. I got to double check that. Round 2 on the loser side. So this is an elimination match. Somebody will be going home after this match. Let me talk about the format real quick. We have a full 128 player field. This is a double elimination until we get down to 16 players. Then it switches into single elimination format. This is race to 10, alternate break, rack your own. We are using the template rack. We are racking with the 9-ball on the spot and shooting from the break box. A little bit of an unexpected miss from Earl.
You missed a 3-ball. He missed it earlier and it went round 2 rails and into the side pocket. Watch out, 7-ball.
Earl may
Bucky's big chance to get on the score. Yeah.
Earl may no longer be the player he once was, but he still competes at a high level and will still give you a run for your money.
He's still capable. I think half of it's belief, isn't it? As you age a little bit, I've found this myself. You know, your confidence level's different. Maybe the amount you practice is different. I don't know, just mentally you're different.
And some of it is just the pure physicality of it, being able to endure these long grinds of these tournaments, because you know they go on for days at a time, from early in the morning to late at night. You know, that takes a toll on you.
It certainly does, and you know, Earl has been an athlete in his time. He was a tennis player, golfer. You know, he's physically very active. I don't know how he is these days, but you're right. You've got somebody here who's achieved everything that you could possibly win against players that it's all new and haven't done anything yet, you know, with everything to gain. So different perspectives and, you know, different things to look forward to for some of them. And it's hard, I think, the motivation part. You love the game, but keeping motivated is very tough, I think.
Yeah, these young players, they're hungry. They want to conquer the world. They want to win everything because they haven't won them yet, where Earl has already won everything. So he's just like, yeah, whatever, I just play for fun. You know, I've already won everything. What more do I have to prove? Could be a little bit of that, too.
Well, it's definitely a man who loves the game. He's very passionate about the game.
Earl definitely has a lot of passion for the game, absolutely. I think that ball saved him from scratching.
It did, but look what happened there. It's a lot of action. Think he's going to fire this in? I think he's going to bank it.
Yeah, I think he's going to shoot at this.
He was saying wow because of the way the 3 came back on itself.
Yeah, but he did shoot that with a lot of
Shortened
speed.
up.
So yeah, that ball is going to shorten up when you shoot it with that kind of speed. Of course, Earl knows that. It's just shortened even more than he was expecting. So Bucky, you know, he's over a 700 Fargrove, 715, so that means he can play. He can run out a rack. I think maybe once his nerves settle down a little, I think we might see something from Bucky.
Corey got a lot of it out of that shot. That was tricky to get off the rail there.
Yeah, he didn't have much angle to work with, and he got the most out of that.
Should have played the other side of that, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I would have
forward and spin.
That's what I was expecting. I was a little surprised to see him try to come back for it.
Well, that was a nice shot.
All right, nicely done.
Well, one thing Earl doesn't want to do here is just let Bucky get settled. So it's Bucky to break. That was nice the way he handled that shot. Looks like he had a lot of inside English on there.
Yeah, Earl won the leg, so yeah, this would be Bucky's break. So people in the chat want to know, are we at the expo? No, we are not at the expo in person. So if you're wanting to come down to the expo to meet Allison in person, sorry, you'll be disappointed in that regard, but there's plenty of great players there you can meet. Like Earl, for instance.
Yeah, there's a few of the great women players there too. Kelly Fisher has a booth. I think Margaret Fifrelover's there. Savannah Easton. I'm sure there are more. There isn't a women's tournament, so I think the players there are representing their sponsors.
If you're here, take a side, make it known.
For that break.
3 balls on the break, and he has a shot. There's got to be something wrong with that. You're not allowed to have a shot when you make 3 balls on the break.
I think it's the first time we've seen it, isn't it? Where... Oops. That was a golden opportunity, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it looks like there is a window between that 4-9 to get it to 3.
Yeah.
And that's perfect. Earl, one of the few players who still shoots with a wooden shaft. He has not made the jump to the dark side.
So to speak. I've actually been practicing with my wood shaft here at home too lately.
I'm still one of these old timers that uses a wooden shaft.
There's a feel with wood that's so different. It's just a little more springy. Obviously carbon fibre is very hard.
Yes.
But there's just more feeling to it. Oh dear.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand why players hammer the try and hammer the 9-ball or any ball if you don't need to. Because you've got to be much more accurate, and on the diamonds, you know, they're very unforgiving.
Alright, Bucky taking advantage. So I said Earl hasn't made the switch to carbon, but I take that back. He did start this match out using a carbon shaft. He switched between games, and of course the chat was very quick to point that out to me. But obviously he wasn't feeling comfortable with it and decided to go back to the wood shaft.
Well, he goes back and forth every tournament. You'll see something different, right?
Sometimes you don't even have to wait that long.
Next match.
All right, Earl with the break. Dry break.
What he doesn't want to do is give games away.
Yeah, like that last 9-ball, just unnecessarily.
You just put more heat. You just put more heat on yourself when you do that. You know, knowing Earl, he'll get very frustrated.
So Bucky trying to just thin this one, and nicely done.
He has left a slither of the 1 ball there.
If you're in the room, we're going to reassign your.
I can't tell how much of this one he can see. Let's see, if he can see the whole ball, then he's got a good safety here, and that's a good safety.
That's perfect. Well, the 2's in a funny spot, isn't it? That's the tricky shot here, because the 3's blocking one pocket and the 7's blocking the other pocket at each end. So it has to be playing to a bank or removing it. Do you think he'll possibly cross bank, or will he play a safety here? I think the cross bank's a little...
Knowing Earl, he'll probably go for this bank.
Yeah.
So you gotta get the... Oh, it was going. You know, Earl with his hand waving around. I can't tell if he's joking around. I can't tell if there's a smile on his face or if he's genuinely upset. I think he's just joking around a little.
I think he seems quite light-hearted, doesn't he, at the moment?
I think so. Even trailing. Great shot.
That's a nice shot. Okay, so 4 ball. Just got to get onto the 4. A lot of choices there, really. You can slide it across, draw it. Beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, I love watching him when he's on.
Yeah, he's got a great feeling for the game, isn't he? When he's really on, it's just simple, isn't it?
I don't know, when he's really on, sometimes he likes to make it complicated. Sometimes he likes to shoot some pretty fancy shots when he's feeling good.
Yeah. Hey, if you've got it in your repertoire, why not?
What? Picked his way through this rack without too much fuss. Gets one back, 3-2.
Do you know where Earl is based now? I know he's originally from North Carolina. I'm not sure where he is at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know where he's living currently. I mean, I know he lived in New York for a while. I don't know what part of the world he calls home now.
Oh yeah, somebody's talking about possibly Edison, New Jersey. That's correct, I think, because I think he plays out of Eddie's pool room in New Jersey.
Okay.
Peddler Dowie. Well, it was for a while. Sandcastle Billiards or Ed's room? That is Sandcastle, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't know Sandcastle Billiards was Ed Ladowie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's his one.
I just learned something new.
I really miss going to the expo because a lot of the northern people, New Yorkers, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Philly, I miss seeing a lot of these people because we, don't have any tour stops in this neck of the woods. And these are the group that really love it. They're very dedicated pool players that have been following all these tours for years.
Yeah, and that part of the woods was home to like the great Grady Matthews, Billy Cardona, Danny DiLiberto. Rest in peace.
Yeah. We lost Danny recently, didn't we? Not too long ago.
Yeah.
I actually got a straight pool lesson from him once.
Oh,
several
nice.
years ago. Yeah, it was really cool. He was a great character.
Oh, that he is. Or was, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, he's got a bunch of balls moving. And safe.
Covered the one. Yep.
Can he see any of it? Can he see an edge?
I think you can see an edge. It's what to do with that edge.
That is the question.
You're pushing the one toward... Oh. See, what did I tell you about our eyes as we're getting a bit older? I wear glasses when I play pool now.
Yeah. That's the one time I don't wear glasses because I got the LASIK eye surgery, so my distance vision is perfect. But now it's all the up close reading. It's all the up close reading that I can't see anymore. So
mine's both bad ways. Both ways. Mine's bad both ways. Like seeing the end of the table is a bit fuzzy for me, and close up's not so good either.
Well, that makes things difficult. Speaking of making things difficult.
Yeah, Bucky's making it difficult, isn't he? He could have had things a lot easier in this rack. Do you think a little fatigue is setting in?
Possibly. Possibly fatigue, possibly just nerves from playing Earl, maybe a little bit of both. Hard to say.
Yeah, I think a bit of both.
Looks like Earl found a ear man over on the rail.
Listen, he'll find an ear man even if there's not an ear man there.
Yeah, you're right. I just assumed there was somebody over there. Maybe there isn't.
Yeah, we don't know, do we? Look. But he really hit that.
He did.
He hit that like he was playing it in the side pocket. So I don't know what he's holding his hands up for. He didn't hit it like he was coming out 2 rails like we thought he was going to do. It's all that. It's because he's got a javelin in his hand.
That's it. And I think probably weighs 26 ounces.
Yeah, he's got a javelin or a pole vault. I'm not sure.
Look, he's scolding the rail. It's not funny.
He's so really the John McEnroe, isn't he, of pool?
All right, he gets the job done with maximum drama. Like I said, love him or hate him, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
And I like Earl. I've been a fan for, well, ever.
Well, I got the pleasure of meeting him for the very first time in 1994 when I went to Beijing, and I met Mike Massey, Earl Strickland and his wife at the time, Joanne Mason Parker and myself. Mm-hmm. So I came over as a snooker player and I met Q-Tech, who became my sponsor. So it was that was my first time meeting Earl. Talk about, you know, an eye-opener. I've got Earl Strickland, Mike Massey and Joanne Mason Parker. So they were the very first Americans, I think, that I met.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was good. So I joined Q-Tech at that point, and obviously Earl had a very long-standing relationship with Q-Tech back in the day too. So both of us were, you know, in the 90s, had long-term sponsorships with them.
Yeah, so Railbirds, we cover a lot of the trick shot tournaments. So, got the pleasure of meeting Mike Massey several times and getting to stream some of his trick shot play. So that's always been fun.
Well, he was really the first one, wasn't he? I mean, there were others, but Mike really stood out as one of the very first really good trick shot players.
Yeah, he was definitely one of the pioneers for sure.
Yes, and he's still around. I've seen him here and there. He's more into his music these days, I think, though.
Yeah, he was just inducted into the WPA Artistic Pool Division Hall of Fame.
Wonderful. About time, I would say, wouldn't you? I would say Mike Massey's still travelling around, but he never really had a fixed abode. He was always on the road when I knew him. And we used to teach together in Vancouver many years ago at a pool school in Paradise. And his wife Francine would come along and we had some good times.
Speaking of good times, Bucky is not having a very good time with this wreck here.
No, he's having a lot of opportunities and giving it back to Earl. He's not happy with the way the table's playing, is he?
No, even though he has ended up perfect on his 5, he's not happy. He's not happy about it landing perfect.
Yeah, but it's not where he pointed. Come on,
Yeah.
He pointed his cue where he wanted it.
Just poking a little fun. We love you, Earl.
You can see it goes into a really thin tip on his the end of his cue there. It's sort of taper is thick to quite thin, isn't it? Like
It's
a
like-
snooker cue.
Or a javelin.
The javelin again.
Don't javelins have points on the end?
Yes, yes they do. You're supposed to land them in the dirt. I used to throw the javelin when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
Back in my athletic days.
So you were you were an athlete growing up? What sports did you play?
Yes, I was. I used to play netball, field hockey, basketball, threw the javelin in the summer. Lots of different things. I was literally doing a sport every day after school.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was not the athletic type.
But then I started playing snooker, and then I had to make a decision to pick one thing, and I just fell in love with that.
Well, I would say you picked right.
I would say, looking back, I did definitely a good decision there. My other good decision was coming to America.
So, why did you come to America? I was always wondering that.
Well, I was it 1994? So 95 I came over. I got a one-way ticket. It's all I could afford at the time, I think. My mum said, well, if you need to come back, we'll lend you the money, don't worry. I was a little fed up of snooker, I think. I wasn't motivated anymore and I couldn't see the next 5 years. And I just thought it'd be kind of cool if I could become a world champion in a different cue sport. So I sort of bet on myself, really. I landed over here at Mother's Billiard Parlour in Charlotte, my first ever event, and I just fell in love with it. It was just a big adventure for me. And here I am 30 years later. I can't believe it, where the time's gone.
Alright, nice shot on the 2. Don't get behind that 6. What did I say about getting behind the 6?
Well, kiss of death that was, wasn't it?
Okay, good hit, and not a bad outcome. Is that 6 going to get in the way? It is not.
Somebody said about teaching lessons. I do teach lessons. I live in North Carolina, so they're generally down here.
Yeah, so you have some clinics or lessons coming up?
I do some individuals, but I'm going to announce some clinics soon too. I've done some teachings with Mark Wilson. We do a clinic academy every year. I'll do some on my own. So there's a little bit of everything really. If people get in touch with me.
And if people want to sign up for this clinic, or at least be on the list for when you make the announcement, how do they do that?
They can go to my Facebook page. It's Allison Fisher Athlete, which is when you go there, you'll see Allison Fisher MBE, or go to my Instagram, which is Allison Fisher Nineball, or my website AllisonFisher.com, or email me at info@AllisonFisher.com.
Well, there you have it. Be sure to...
I think I gave you as much information as possible there.
So people have no excuse for not coming and signing up. They got all the info.
Well, he got away with that, didn't he? Missing that shot.
Yeah, that 3 landed in a very tough spot for Earl here.
Yeah, there really wasn't a lot he could do there. Is Bucky going to cross bank or play a safety back?
Nice bank shot. Cue ball. A little bit firm. I can't tell. I think he's got him hooked. Like, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so.
Yeah, Earl not really having much of a plan for kicking at the ball. He was just kind of hitting. He kind of hit it hard and was hoping for a good outcome, and he did get a pretty good outcome.
Looks like he's waiting for the opponent on the table near him to finish his shot. That was a nice shot. Oh, just got a bounce. I thought he was going to cover them.
Now he's trying to get under these balls. Just leaked out a little.
Yeah.
Good opportunity for Bucky. Set 5 past the 9.
I don't know. It doesn't look like it, does it?
Not really, and if it doesn't pass, then he's in a tough
Must
spot.
pass.
Yeah, he's addressing it like it passes. Oh no. Disaster. Alright, ball in hand for Earl. 6 to the 7 is going to be key.
Yes, that's going to be the tricky part, isn't it? He's already upset. Missed the 6. I'd have just tried to make that and just come down short side of the 7 there. May as well, you know, it's just a natural.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to change your plans when things don't run perfectly the way you want them to. You just got to look at it and say, okay, plan B, let's do something different.
Yeah, Bucky really struggling here. Struggling with the safeties. Well, struggling with everything really. He's just having a bad time.
It's a scrappy game, isn't it? Jeremy said now it doesn't bounce.
He made it work,
He's watching
though.
that cue ball. Yeah, he's watching that cue ball like a hawk.
All right, 5-3. It's going to be
He's halfway
Earl's break.
there. And Bucky could easily have been the other way around here, score-wise.
Bucky's just going easy on the old man.
How old's Bucky?
Let's see
Got any idea?
Let's see if I have that info. See if the Googles can tell me.
Yeah, the Googlies. Somebody put 42. Are they referring to Bucky?
Oh, we lose our camera feed again. Oh, our feed's a little choppy here. Give it a second. All right,
Okay.
I think we're back.
Okay, so Earl broke, didn't make a ball. I left a little carom here, I think. I played the bank. Nice. Nice choice. He's come with a few good banks, actually, in this match. So he could try and weave this cue ball down between the 8 and 9 ball.
So I do not know how old Bucky is. Maybe our chat knows. You know, someone said 42. I don't know if that was in response
Yeah.
to that or something else.
Well, when you're talking about him taking it easy on the old man, I just wondered what the difference of age was. So 3 to 4, a little tricky here. Lots of draw and left spin. Come around the back. That didn't work.
So chat does confirm that Bucky is 42.
Ups the bank. Impressed.
He does like the bank, doesn't he?
He does. Very good.
Maybe he'll start getting a little confidence and maybe get rid of the jitters and start running out. Is that 6 past the 8? I don't think so.
I think he's going in the side pocket, isn't he? He needed to draw that back a bit, that 5. Who needs that corner pocket, Kevin?
Alright, I think maybe Bucky's starting to settle down a little. Starting to run some balls.
Yep. Smoothing it out.
He does have a lot of body movement, though, on his shots. He doesn't stay very still, does he?
Right. Not stable.
But gets the job done, runs him out, 5-4. And breaking.
He looks a lot more settled there, doesn't he?
So, Bucky hanging with the world champ, multi-time world champion Earl Strickland, trailing only by 1 at the halfway mark.
Well, it's a lot better than I'm sure he thought it would be, don't you think? Coming in, he was the first shot he played was ball in hand with the miscue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think he might be settling down a little. We might start to see something from Bucky.
Right.
Ooh, dry break, and I'm no expert, but I sense a push out coming on.
Well, I think that is an expert opinion in there. See where he's putting the tip of his cue.
Yeah, I think he's...
Leaving a kick shot.
Exactly.
Which I think... Do you think Bucky would take it on?
Good question.
I'd give it back.
I can't really fault him either way. I can't fault him if he chooses to kick. I can't fault him for passing it back. Oh.
Well, look, he left the edge. And he scratched.
Well, that was a good choice by Bucky then.
I was going to say. So 2 to 3. The tricky part here. Let's see what angle he leaves. Don't want to be straight in. So it didn't look like it went, but he's spinning it in, isn't he? Oh no, safety.
So
See, if he'd been a bit more careful on that 1 to 2, he could have got an angle on the 2 to get over for the 3 into the opposite corner.
yeah, I was just going to say that Bucky doesn't take a lot of time either, so neither one of these players take much time at the table. But it does feel like Bucky rushes things, or Earl just seems like he's fast. Bucky seems like he's rushing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think he's playing to Earl's speed is what's happening. Because when I was younger, I used to play I had my sort of steady pace, and I used to play somebody who was faster, and I got faster in my matches, and it just didn't suit me. So sometimes you can play against people and you sort of adopt their pace. That's why it's really important to find your own pace and stick with it.
Yeah, that's very true. It is very tempting. Even subconsciously, you tend to speed up if you're playing a faster player.
Right. You know, and it gets you thinking differently and off your game. Oh, is it in? It's in.
It's in.
He'll take that.
Playing the 5 off the 7? He is. Oh, what a shot.
Beautiful. Beautiful shot. No, that's worked out really nice too, isn't it? Where the 7's landed.
Yeah, that worked out pretty nice.
Do you think this is going all the way, this match?
It certainly has all the earmarks of it, of a hill match.
Nice shot.
It's going to want to bounce.
Nice shot. It's coming with it.
Tied up. 5-5. Race to 10.
That was a really nice shot there. And then that just knocked that Nineball out.
All right, in the chat, who do you guys think is gonna win from here? Who do you think's the favorite from here? It could honestly go either way.
It really could, the way it's gone so far. I thought Earl was getting ahead, and then he just gave up a couple of games that he shouldn't have. I thought he was going to wipe him out, halfway through there. Seems like they're picking Earl.
Oh, good opportunity for Bucky. Look at this wide open spread. Ball in hand to start with. Dream scenario.
He looks a lot more comfortable too now.
Yeah, he does look like he's starting to settle in a little.
I think that fear factor's disappearing.
Yeah, we might finally get to see Bucky's true game. Because I don't think we saw it in the beginning of the set.
No, not at all, I'm sure. Oh.
I had my doubts if that was going to fall.
Yeah, look where he's landed on the 4 too.
Yeah, not ideal.
Bit more distance each time. That was a nice shot. You can see the adrenaline going now, can't you? You can see it in his face, he's pumped up now.
Oh yeah, he's feeling it.
Ooh, tricky. Don't want to be on the rail here.
Alright, a tester. Passes the test of flying colors.
Wow, he's definitely a different player now than he was right at the beginning.
100%. So, if you guys are enjoying this match, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We got plenty more action from the 2025 Super Billiards Expo coming your way. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of it. We're going to have commentary from Carl Boyce, Allison Fisher. Guys don't want to miss any of it.
No, some great matches here at the Expo, and it's just going to get better and better. So people are asking in the chat who my biggest opponent was. My favourite opponent was Ga-Yeon Kim from Korea, because she was a very natural player, very good safety player, very good shot maker, great all-round player. And obviously Karen Kaur, we had probably some of the best matches, and our games are very similar, so I think it's tough to play somebody who's similar to you. I'd rather play the fast, loose player than somebody who plays similarly to me.
Yeah, I think Karen is your nemesis.
Yes, she is. She's had to face some surgeries the last few years, which is why we've seen her out of action. She had a neck surgery and recently had a back surgery, so she's not been in the best of ways to keep playing, but you never know, she might be back yet.
So speaking of Karen Kaur, we had, this was a few years ago, we had a match, we do some Derby City Classic coverage, and we actually had a match with Karen Kaur at Derby City. Do you ever play Derby City?
Once I have, a long time ago, but usually it's like the beginning of a year after Christmas and everything, so it's like I usually take a Christmas break. It's not really the best time of year for me to go and play. And
yeah, it's at the end of January. Oh, did he just get on this 9-ball?
Ouch. Can't afford to get loose in these matches, can you? That was a good hit.
Yeah, unforced errors. You can't do that.
Well, I mean, it's when momentum's going your way, especially.
Yeah, I actually got to do commentary with Karen Core once. She sat in with me, and yeah, you wouldn't know it from watching her play, but she's very funny. She has great sense of humor.
Yeah, she's very chatty, actually, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, rail, just caught the rail. Well done.
Right. Nice little shot there.
Yeah, we actually stay in touch. Every now and again we'll send each other a text. See how we're doing. Yeah, he's left the edge. It was a little dangerous, wasn't it, that shot?
Yeah, I wasn't convinced about that safety.
I think he could 3-rail this if he wants. Just let the stroke out. There you go.
We know
It's just the way these tables play.
Earl loves to let his stroke out.
Yeah, that was a perfect shot to do it on. Oh, he's just not getting where he wants to now, is he? But he's getting in his own head.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the feel for the table. He's feeling a bit lost with the speed.
That was a stroke more than anything there.
Just noticing, just style differences. Bucky really likes to punch the ball a lot.
Yeah, mentally he's there. He's made a lot of errors, but he's just handled it a bit better, hasn't he?
All right, Bucky with his largest lead of the set so far. 2 games, 7-5. Race to 10.
Now, who's Earl talking to? There's always somebody, isn't there? He picks somebody in the audience, even if they're not saying a word back.
You've been designated Earl's earman for this match.
Exactly.
And if he doesn't like the responses that you're giving, he'll switch earmen mid match.
Yeah. Yeah. So, a couple of times he's scratched on the break. Oh my word, I thought it was going to go in again.
Nearly.
That would have been, I think that would have been a 3-peat. I'm not sure. Right, he's got a chance here, I think.
Get out of the way, 7. Nice shot.
That was a nice shot at that speed.
Yeah, he fired that ball into a small pocket from that angle. I think this is going to be a hard one to reach.
That's just what I was thinking. Tricky to reach.
No, not going to be happy with that. So I don't think that 6 passes the 8. If it does, then I could be wrong, but no.
That's not the greatest safe either. He has got a safety, but it's a bit half-hearted, wasn't it?
Is he swerving this? He's swerving.
Yeah.
Nice
Shot.
Nice shot.
This is a big shot, isn't it?
Handles it.
Nice shot. Yeah, I fancied him to make that one.
Oh.
It looked like he made a decision while he was down then, didn't he? About how to hit that.
Yeah, it did kind of look like he was kind of going back and forth a little bit while he was down on the shot, which most coaches will tell you you shouldn't do that.
Correct. Always make your mind up before you get down and then you're committed.
It's okay to change your mind, but you're supposed to stand up and reset.
Yeah, reset.
At least that's what the coaches tell me.
Well, it's a good habit, isn't it, I think. Wow, look, Bucky's break. 3-game advantage.
3-game lead and breaking. Chance to get on the hill.
And like you said earlier, this is a loser's bracket, isn't it?
It is. So this is an elimination round. Someone's going home after this match. Tournament life on the line. There we go. Bucky with the break. All right, one in the side, got some movement on the 9.
Well, this break box and the 9-ball on the spot has added something to pool, hasn't it? It's certainly changed all the dynamics.
Yeah,
it's a little less predictable, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does change things. You know, you could have the versus having the 1 on the spot and breaking from the side rail, wing ball goes flying in the corner pocket 100% of the time. Play position for the 1 ball in one of the upper 2 corner pockets. Things have changed.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, he hasn't left Earl anything. I wish I could hear what he's saying.
Old one.
Oh, he's letting it rip. Is it in?
Said shoot the 9. Oh, that would have been pretty cool.
Just letting it rip.
Yeah, why not? Oh dear. That's
know,
the thing, isn't it? It's finishing the game is the hardest part. You know, and he's getting closer to that line.
If a multi-time world champion feels okay just riding the 9, letting it rip around the table, then I don't feel so bad when I do it.
Yeah, I thought he'd rolled up behind the 4 there. Just played the safe. Here he goes again with his banks.
He does.
How many banks has he made this match? It's unbelievable.
He's made a few. He does love him a bank shot. Don't get dead straight.
Yeah. A bit closer to the rail would have been nice there, just to drift over. Wait for it. Oh, wait.
This is where I wish I had a camera just focused on Earl's face. I would have cut to it immediately.
Oh, look at his elbow. How?
Yeah, it's really tucked in, isn't it?
Do you see it? Yeah, and as he struck the ball, it changed.
Yeah, he has a little bit of a sidearm stroke, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
Oh, no. That was huge. I actually think Earl will win. I think Earl will win it now. I think that was a turning point. That was huge, wasn't it? 9-5 to 8-6.
Yeah, Earl just stole a game, and it's his break. That might be what he needs mentally.
Right. He's got to make sure he doesn't scratch on the break here.
Yeah, before Earl shot that 9, he said, I wonder if I can miss this one.
The church.
Right, he's just waiting for the player behind him to move out of the way.
I'm right next to the tree.
It's like, hey, don't you know who I am? All right, here we go. Earl with the break. All right, no scratch, but also no ball on the break.
It has to be the church.
Well, he's left nothing for Bucky, so he's pushing out.
Yeah,
What's Earl gonna do?
He's tempting Earl with the long, almost straight in. Earl didn't even look. He just says, "Go ahead."
Yeah.
In Earl's younger days, he would have speared that ball
Fired
in
at
and
him.
ran out.
Yep.
Oh, did he get the corner hook? I don't think so.
He was trying to play it behind the 4, I think. Is he going to bank it?
It's not even thinking twice about it.
He is. Are you kidding me? He is, isn't he?
Not even thinking twice.
Wait, are you kidding me? Look, look, look. No way, Jose.
Earl just nodded, like, yep, seems about right.
That's unbelievable.
He's elevating, he's firing this ball in, or at least attempting to.
And then get safe. Isn't that the way of the world?
Just a little simple safety from Earl. Simple but effective.
Here we go. I was going to say it's paid off. Here's his chance.
Yeah, like you said, maybe this is the beginning of the comeback for Earl.
Well, I think that Nine was a huge miss for Bucky, psychologically.
Yeah.
And if Earl can run this rack out, then I think it's going to go Earl's way.
Oh, the gloves are off now, metaphorically and literally.
Ah, here we go. We've got action. He's thrown the gloves down.
Thrown down the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
No, not at all.
Earl just, if any, yeah, he's just really struggling with the speed of the table. He's just cannot adjust.
But you could see he was worried about the scratch in the side. So the way he hit it, I thought he was going to put more spin on it and come around the other side of the 6. It was like he was neither here nor there with the commitment on it.
Oh, what a shot.
It's crazy.
I'm at a
Wow,
loss for words.
He's got to come with another good one now.
I'm at a loss.
Yeah, it's speechless. Oh, see, look.
Like bubble gum. Yeah, I know. I call them bubble gum tables.
Bubblegum tables, he just said.
I might have it out there.
That's a new one. Fired that ball in. That ball wasn't rolling off.
Shot. Bucky's under all sorts of pressure now, isn't he?
Yeah, he had that nice 3-game lead, which he's kind of evaporated a little bit.
Should have been 4.
Yeah, he missed that 9-ball, yeah. That can definitely play with your head a little, or a lot.
Well, I mean, he's here with the chance of beating one of the best players of all time.
Yeah, and he had a real chance to do it. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not going to win. I'm just saying he had that chance to get on the hill with
Yes.
Earl at 5 games. And I'm not saying he would have won from there, but he would have been in a very good position.
A little firmer would be nice there.
He's left distance, but Earl can see the one.
Should be easy to hit though, it's just controlling it.
Alright, good hit.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, he's left it tough. So Earl, he can see just the edge of this one. It may even tempt him to take a slice at this, but I don't think so. Oh, that's not... I'm not sure what he had in mind
Well,
there.
I know, I was going to say, well, he did slice it, but not a thin slice. It was a... Not sure what that was.
Yeah, I would love to know what he had in mind on that shot.
Yeah, I think Bucky overhit that one. He didn't need to hit it that hard. Cost himself a
That's
look at the 2 there.
That's kind of the story of this match. Almost every time Bucky got in trouble, it's from hitting the ball too hard. Either it causes him to not get the position he wanted, or to, you know, bobble balls out of the pocket. Oh wow! A little bit softer, it was in.
That would have been a classic if he'd made that. Look, he got position on the
And
floor.
position on the 4. Earl would have had a meltdown, I think.
Yeah, I think so. He wouldn't have called them. He wouldn't have called them bubblegum tables for Bucky, would he? Oh!
If Earl can
Good
just
shot.
get comfortable with the speed of the table, if he can get comfortable and settle down.
That was a really nice recovery shot there, actually. That wasn't easy.
Agreed, that was a nice shot. Alright, well, he's got angle.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be perfect as long as he's not on the rail.
Well, it's a little dangerous because if he caught that 8 ball, he could have scratched. There it is. He's levelled the game. 8-8, and he's breaking. Wow. Isn't it amazing? One shot turns a match around.
Yeah, and you called it. You said, I think this is going to turn the match around, and it 100% has.
Well, what it did was it got in Bucky's head more than it did Earl's.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You could see the pained expression when he missed that 9-ball. And then again when the 8-ball hung up. See, the thing is, he has to believe he can win from here. It's easier to believe when you're 3 or 4 games ahead. Now he's got a chance.
I thought I heard a ball go in, but it must have been a different table.
No, exactly, I did the same thing. I thought, oh, something's gone down, but it was another table.
Alright, good chance here for Bucky to get on the hill, and then it would be his break also. So, big opportunity. That was interesting.
Where he got hold of it too much.
Yeah, he was playing position for this bottom right corner. Just misjudged that, and now he's in trouble. He has not
even
left.
If he had made that I was going to say, even if he had made that shot in the side pocket, he wouldn't really have left himself anything great on the 6.
Yeah, I don't know what he would have done with the 6, but he has not left anything easy for Earl.
It's actually happened quite a bit in this match, hasn't it? Where he sort of got away with missing some shots.
Oh, what a shot. Where's this cue ball going? Perfect.
That's a great shot.
Nice.
That's an Earl Strickland shot right there.
That was very reminiscent of Earl of yesteryear.
Yeah. It's a good job he's got that long javelin in his hand.
Earl
Shot.
on the hill, winning set 4 games in a row that Earl has won since Bucky missed that 9 in the corner.
I believe so. I believe so. What we want is Bucky to do a break and run so that we can just get that hill game now.
Yeah, we said Hill was a possibility, and it's looking like a real possibility. Come on, let's see a hill. We all want to see hill. And then Earl breaking for all the dough.
Yeah, let's watch the golden break now.
Well, he's got the 9 moving.
Oh, he broke those well. He's made a ball, got a great shot.
Yeah.
So 2 to 3.
Yeah. It's got perfect angle to come up for the 3 in the side. I was playing for the upper left corner. Okay.
Well, that's fine, because he's a lefty too. Perfect.
Alright, this has all the earmarks of a hill match. Ooh, a little loose with the cue ball there.
Yeah, yep. He's got to be careful here. The Earl's out of his seat watching, see if the 9 moves.
Oh, he's going to freeze to the 7, isn't he? Oh, man.
Well, he can play safe. He can get the 8 covering that cue ball there. I'm not sure.
I don't know if he got
Has
him.
he covered it? It doesn't look like he did, the way he's holding his stick.
Someone building a house in the background? What is all that noise?
I think they're taking the stage down or something. I don't know. No, it's somebody playing with their tip, isn't it? You know, one of those tip tappers.
I don't think this is going to work. I think this is going to bounce.
No. That's still not easy, though. Not easy.
Not an easy shot at all. Wow, Bucky taking not even a second to. I thought for sure he was.
Look.
I thought for sure he was slicing at that.
No, I like that's a nice shot.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah.
Unless Earl cuts it in. Oh man.
Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball? You better stop it hitting the 8. You know, on some tours, if you did that, you'd lose the game and the next game. We're getting it. We're getting our hill game.
Hill.
Wow. I didn't think it would come to this, to be honest.
Bucky
with you.
versus Earl. Earl with the break. It all comes down to this. If ever there was a time for a golden break.
Yes, exactly. And somebody mentions in the chat that Earl has switched back to the carbon fibre.
Oh, did he switch back? I didn't even see.
Yeah, with two games to go, I think.
He's very stealthy like that. Alright everyone, before Earl breaks, hit that thumbs up and subscribe real quick. Where else are you going to see this kind of action? And yes, this is loser's bracket. Somebody's going home after this game. Alright, he didn't scratch, he made a ball.
Wood. We got wood.
Okay, it's his brake cue. That's the carbon fiber.
No, he did hit a shot earlier with carbon, I believe.
I can't keep track.
It doesn't matter.
It's a cue. It's got a tip on the end. It don't matter.
Oh, he was shooting with his brake cue, somebody said. Is that a combo? Is that a combo? It's slightly off.
It's got a possibility. He's lining it
Yeah,
up.
he's going for it. Yeah.
The heart of the pocket. Is he going to get a shot? He is.
He is. He is. And I think he has a bit of an angle too.
Is this
You know,
exciting
in
or
this
what?
position, well, you know, in this position, he's going to hold himself together better than Bucky, just because of the experience, and he's a champ.
Of course. He's still a world champion. He can handle pressure. In fact, look how calm he is. Look how smooth and calm and collected he is.
Yeah, it's first time in the match, isn't it? That
Exactly.
he's been like this. So interesting, isn't it? Always come up short there. He's come up short.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that.
Uh-oh. What's the choice going to be here? No.
Is he going to get safe? Nice speed. Look at that, his position on the 8.
Wow. What's Bucky going to do now?
He's going to kick it in about 400 miles an hour.
Yeah, kick bank, I think.
There, he's kicking soft. He's got a
Oh.
hit. He's got a
He's hit the
rail, I
rail.
think.
Yeah, he did. He played safe, do you hear it?
Yeah, he left Earl an easy shot. He played safe.
Yeah.
Wow. What a match this has been. Talk about drama. This match had everything.
Wow. Can't believe it, can you? He lives to fight another day.
This is one of the
There
craziest
it is.
matches I've seen. What a match. Hill with Earl Strickland. What a match this was. That was one of the craziest matches I've seen.
Yeah, he has to breathe a sigh of relief there. I don't think he can believe it.
None of us
So we
can
get to
believe
see
it.
him again tomorrow.
He lives to fight another day. Tomorrow, that is.
He
So
does.
hopefully we can get him on the stream again, because this was pretty darn entertaining.
Well, it's the good, the bad, and the ugly, isn't it? I mean, we appreciate everyone tuning in.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Kevin Ross, along with the great Duchess of Doom, Allison Fisher. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time. See you guys then.